So here is my Stern Venom Premium Edition pinball machine that I purchased about 2 months ago exactly and have had it in my house. And I gotta tell you, man, I've really enjoyed this machine. I've been very slow on putting out content out there for this machine, but I heard through the grapevine that Stern is actually sending a bunch of influencers this Venom Premium Edition pinball machine for them to make reviews on. I don't know if the product's not selling well or something of that nature. They're giving them free $10,000 pinball machines, but before they rush and play the machine only 20 times and make videos saying how amazing it is, I do want you guys to be aware of an issue that I've encountered after playing the machine. That way, as a potential owner, potential customer, you're aware of one thing that I think could fail for a lot of people for the Venom Premium Edition, and it has to deal with the 180 scoop that is in the very center of the pinball machine. This is a very unique feature exclusive to the limited edition and premium edition versions of this pinball machine, and it's probably the number one reason why you want to buy the machine, but it takes a beating, as you can see there. During gameplay, whether you get the ball up the scoop or not, depending on the position it's in, it's going to take a pounding over time. And I should have realized that this particular mech was probably going to be the first thing to give me issues after a period of ownership versus brand new out of the box. It's one of the coolest things about this pinball machine. All the different positions it goes in, there's 3 different positions, depending on what character you decide to play as, and it truly changes the game completely and the gameplay experience. It's almost like playing 3 different pinball games combined with the other changes made to the right ramp. So the problem that I was encountering started when I had about 141 plays on the pinball machine, or about 403 total balls played. We started having issues with this mech where, as you see here, it went down normally and it goes up normally. However, from the far position during character select screens, you'll notice right there, when it went down too far. It went down too far and it would get stuck on the bell tower. Now, this issue presents itself when you're at the very beginning of the game after you coin in and you're trying to select your character. As you pick your character, the ramps move into different positions and you basically are playing a different game. Again, not only does the 180 scoop move, but also the far right ramp moves as well into different positions during the character select screen. This whole horseshoe area changes everything dynamically, and it's my favorite part of buying this machine. But as you can see, my 180 scoop continues to get stuck on the bell tower. This problem was happening to me intermittently, as you can see here, right here. Lowering the 180 scoop, it's in the right position, but let's go ahead and raise it back up, give it another shot, and you'll notice here when it goes back down, it'll get stuck and wedged in between the bell tower and the wire ramps. It's out of position, and now the ball cannot pass through the scoop into the wire ramp. As you can see right here, with the scoop stuck in the wrong position, the ball cannot pass through and it gets stuck. Now, this is a real pain in the butt during gameplay when this issue was happening to me, because the only way to fix this is to take the glass off the table and get to the ball. There's no way to get it free. You can't just shake it free or something of that nature. And obviously the best way to go is just to push the ball backwards. That way you can get it out of there. I reached out to Stern's customer service team first. I called them as well as opened up a ticket with them via email per their request. I sent them videos and photos of the issue. I just wanted their advice and opinion before I started taking guesses on how to fix this thing. Because again, although I have real pinball machines and have done some work on them, this is my first Stern. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't make the problem worse. Plus, it's a new pinball machine. Wanted to make sure that, hey, if there's warranty repair or things like that, it just seems like the mech is loose, off-centered, or something's wrong with the settings, because you can go into the diagnostics and you can adjust how far down this thing can be lowered, which was pretty interesting. I found that out actually through my Pinball Distributor. I did order through Orange County Pinball, so it's nice that they gave me that tip, which I checked. Here we are with the table outside of the pinball machine, and right here is the mech, and I'm checking all the screws and fasteners, etc. The Stern Pinball team was very nice. They got back to me and they actually sent me some nice AutoCAD type photos saying, hey man, tighten these screws underneath the pinball machine table. Or they said, try bending this particular piece of the wire ramp that is in the scoop section. Or worst case scenario, just bend these wires out for the wire rails on the wire ramp. Just bend them out to that way, no matter if the scoop falls too low, it shouldn't get stuck in between them. But, you know, it's still going to get stuck on the bell tower, so I wasn't too happy with these solutions. So I did end up resolving the problem, and keeping in mind too, I'm not angry about this because I do understand that pinball machines things are going to come loose. You're going to have to do some maintenance. You're going to have to do some work on them. You're going to have to do some upkeep, just like real arcade machines. If you're going to invest $10,000, guess what? It's just like a $10,000 car. You got to maintain it. And stuff's going to come loose, especially when you got these metal pinballs just banging all over the place. So sure enough, I got under here and I tightened everything that had to do with this particular mechanism, which was fun to figure out. I also took Stern's advice and I expanded the wires or bent the wires on the edges of the wire ramp ever so slightly, just enough to make sure that as the 180 scoop goes up and down, it's not accidentally getting wedged in between the side of the wire, the left-hand side of the wire ramp and the bell tower. As you can see here, we're going up and down just fine. No issues. And this is the prime camera shot right here for you, where you can see that as the 180 scoop, with everything tightened up, with everything slightly bent, everything is going up and down the way it should, and we're no longer getting stuck in the wrong position. But keep in mind, I do expect this to come loose again over time, and I have to go through the same retightening process in order to fix the problem. Minus this issue, I have had zero other issues with this pinball machine that I bought new in box, paid for out of my own pocket. This has been the only maintenance repair issue so far. I wanted you guys to be aware of it, because if you want to buy this machine or own this machine, this is just one critical failure point. One thing that's going to go wrong is, in my opinion, over time, the 180 scoops are going to come loose or fail completely. Anyway, this was an interesting story. I wanted to share it with all of you because I'm going to be posting a review video for this pinball machine, and obviously didn't want to have to add this 7 minutes in there as well. We'll obviously mention it during the video that, hey, check out the repair we did on the scoop. But obviously my pinball machine's up and running. We're well over 200 plays now, and my family has been enjoying it. We all just signed up for Insider Connected, so now we can finally keep track of all our leaderboards and things like that. I'm going to have a video showing a review for this cabinet. Also the mods we did, a shooter mod, a topper mod, base shaker mod, as well as some additional accessories and things you can put on the table. I'll have those videos coming up very, very soon as well. But just wanted to walk you through this experience in case if one of you guys happen to go through the same thing with that 180 scoop. I honestly think it's going to happen again. I think it's going to come loose again with the just sheer amount of pounding that section of the pinball table takes during gameplay, especially with all these awesome multi-ball experiences on this game. Anyway, hope this helps somebody out there. Thanks so much. Give us a thumbs up on the way out, and thank you for subscribing.